Hello everyone and welcome back to Krystian's Corner and welcome back to Vampyr. So, last episode, the final instruction from Dr. Swansea was to go and... talk to...
Last summer's epidemic was difficult.
Shush. The benefactor of the hospital who he said would be outside. So, we're outside. Let's go and find her, shall we? So, if you remember... Shut up! Be quiet! If you remember from the previous episode, they said she was being blackmailed.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough.
That was a Dracula reference. Renfield.
Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Well, we can hope that she is, can't we? Hello!
Good evening, Dr. Reid. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You were the one in that bloody warehouse.
The lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
So, it seems that Dr. Swansea has a thing for the vampire condition. That could mean he wants to be one. It could also just mean he's fascinated by them.
So it seems our Dr. Swansea does indeed have a fascination for creatures of our constitution.
Dr. Swansea is a remarkable man. Dedicated, one might say, obstinate. He spent years compiling our bestiary.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Right. So, are the patients giving you trouble?
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
That's what we call avoiding answering the question, young lady. Or old lady, if you probably are an old lady that looks young. Well, for now I believe you in the sense of what you're saying, but you still avoided answering my question.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Yeah. Well, I have questions about this whole vampire thing.
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Right then. Well, I'm here to help you in the only ways that I can. I'm crazy.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
How do you know it's a he? Well, what do you want from me?
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
I would say, is it another vampire threatening you? But I highly doubt it, because I would think that they would deal in far more interesting or valuable things than money. I mean, currency doesn't really mean a lot to an immortal. Right. Why not solve this yourself?
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
So you don't trust yourself to deal with it because the blood would run like a river, but you expect me to deal with it in a way that isn't, even though I share your condition. You just contradicted your whole morality system there. Right, anyway, please continue.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
So you're feeding on those who are about to die is what we're saying. You justify it because they're dead anyway. So is it true?
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
That isn't an answer, is it? Look, it's only a logical assumption. You know, it's a logical assumption.
We both are afflicted with a thirst for blood, Lady Ashbury. That is our nature. By vocation, we also have reason to visit the hospital. Logic dictates.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reid. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
You contradicted yourself again. You said if you knew the answer, you'd deal with it yourself, which contradicted your previous statement. But then, you said you knew where to go to get the information, meaning you could find out and do it yourself. You just want me to do it to make you not have to do it. Oh yes, just make the young fledgling run around and do all the work. That's
on every street corner. The daily routine.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reid. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
I read a letter about you. I did. I read a letter about you and your phantom pain. Let's have a look, shall we? Oh, that's something else. We'll go there in a minute. What was the real cause of your injury?
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Okay, what really happened then?
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore. In Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Okay, so why lie about it?
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Does it matter? Does it matter? Look, you can't just hide forever.
You know you can't hide forever. One day you'll have to face your loved ones. Until that day, you have no chance of real recovery.
My friends all died in the trenches. It's shameful enough to be alive with these stupid scars. I don't want my children to see me like this.
Okay then. Tell me about your family.
You told me before you don't want your children to see you like this. Do you have any other family?
My sister Agatha has raised me nippers since their mother died. Don't want them to look at me like this.
Well, surely they still love you.
How could children despise their father injured in the war?
What do you think? They saw me. Once. My poor angels left the room crying. They keep on having nightmares every week, my sister told me.
How do you know your sister's telling the truth? I would say that, but I don't think she does. I've just got a vibe. I'm not going to ask that right now, because I can't see how that makes sense. I don't remember talking about him to the other one. Right, I'll come and talk to you later. I've got other more pressing
Goodbye
matters
for now, Mr.
to deal with right now.
Disgust on every street corner.
Oh, hello, Sean.
These nurses, bred with no respect.
Hi, Sean. The man I rescued.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reid, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
I don't remember you saying any bad things to me, but okay. Life in London. Why were you there in the first place?
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
Well, you're either a hero or a fool to go running in there like that.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reid. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
I'm not sure light was what he was searching for in that last few days of his existence. What do you know about Tom Watts, the bartender over there?
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
What corruption do you speak of? I am unfamiliar with it.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
Ah. Now, As for despair, are you talking about despair in general, like the flu and everything, or are you talking about a different kind of despair?
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Ah. Well, yes, I can understand that. Situation in the East End docks. How are we doing over there, apart from the flu and everything?
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers Trade Union. The Wet Boot boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Lost their leader? Okay. Who leads the gang now, then?
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Minion? I want a minion.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Well, that's good. That's good. Well, tell me about what you do over in the docks.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks, and I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Liars and thieves, every last one of them.
So why didn't you use the cross against William?
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Ah, okay then. Oh, you should probably just forget I said that then. Are you a priest?
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Okay then. Have you made any friends here since you arrived?
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
How are you feeling after your ordeal, sir?
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Well, let's hope that you didn't catch it. Otherwise,
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Otherwise, you'll be a ghoul too. Right, you. I can hear you nattering on behind me. I can see you're going to be a difficult one. Let's have a word then.
What? What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reid, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reid, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Look, I just have some questions for you, all right? Answer them and I'll go away.
Dr. Swansea is quite busy, and I need you to help me get acclimated. I have many questions.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman.
What?
You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunt slit a poor sod's vein.
Right. Because you're a pleasant character. And also, just to point out, I didn't threaten you. So where the hell did that come from? If you want me to threaten you, I will. Ah! So you like gossip, do you?
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
Bloody hell, you've got a mouth on you, haven't you? Are you the blackmailer, by any chance? Huh?
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off they are.
You are a very toxic individual, right? You are a toxic individual, and you need to be unintoxified and thrown in a toxic waste bin or something. Now, about this, it's not about a medical error, okay?
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then?
Ooh.
Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
Right. Well, let's hope we don't have to talk to you too much, because
The
you...
patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
So many deaths.
Because you are not very
A lot
pleasant.
of my own life.
Aha, there's one of them. Hello.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Johnathon Reid. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Oh dear. Right. I want to know if any strange people have been visiting the hospital, because apparently there's weird stuff going on.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
Well, I have been subjected to her not-so-nice attitude, but she may be telling the truth.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
Wow, you're a lovely character as well, aren't you? God, you're all lovely here. I think I need to start firing people at this rate. Or, you know, eating them. Miss Jones deserves help regardless of her attitude. She's old and probably slightly not well in more than one way. You know what I mean?
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
Okay, there's no getting through to you, is there? Tell me about yourself, Miss Pippa Hawkins. I remember that you are in a relationship with Milton Hooks, the man outside.
Pippa, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes, Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins, but are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke, but we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
I got a weird reading off you. There's something about you that I don't know that's darkening you. You come across, apart from being a bit spiteful, you come across as the victim. but there's something going on with you that I haven't pinpointed. How is the situation here in the hospital?
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Well, just remember, it's not going to last forever.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
Well, I think that's unlikely. You need to get a grip, love.
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Right. How long have you been a nurse?
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
Why would I say that? That doesn't make sense. But you do need to change your attitude.
I don't like your attitude, Nurse Hawkins. Pessimism can be as lethal as the epidemic in times like these.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How are the staff coping?
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
What? Why words apparently don't happen anymore. Why especially the practitioners?
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Well, I don't know, he's been quite chatty with me so far, hasn't he? I've had a few chats with that man. Why is he grumpy then?
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Are you saying he did deserve it? Right. What about the personals? I don't have any personals for you right now.
Goodbye, nurse.
Bye-bye. 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 Right, where's the other nurses then? Ooh, stuff. I like stuff. Hello.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
I've got questions about the man.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Well, you're bloody helpful, aren't you?
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
You are bloody helpful, aren't you? Right, okay then. Who else is there? Where's Dorothy Crane? Where is that naughty woman? Hello. I haven't spoken to you since I rescued you.
Good evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr. Reid. Still working at night, I see.
Yeah.
I like that.
And why is that?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more alive to me. More interesting, one way or another.
One way or another.
Right. Do you know anything about the rumours of blackmail? Might as well ask you since you're here.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in the hospital?
Blackmail? That's not my style. Too risky. The black market, though. Now that's where the money is.
Right. Your life in London, let's see. Tell me about the man that you pushed in the water.
Do you ever think about that poor fellow I saw you push in the water?
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him. Still fucking hurts. Boss had cut me good.
Well, yeah, I mean, you did almost die.
That man was determined to murder you. You almost died.
What a surprise. The first time I met him, he nearly shit himself. Fucking coward. I guess revenge gives you balls.
And, did he want revenge?
What did he want? Revenge?
I recently had to kill his brother. Poor arsehole thought it would be easy to return the favour.
So you're basically saying it's survival at all costs.
Only the strongest survive, then? Survival at all costs. Is that all you think about?
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reid. And I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
Do you know who says that? Weak people. Just saying. I've met a few people like that in my time. Back. How is your hospitalization going, sir?
How is your hospitalization going, Mr. Cox?
This is a shitty place with shitty staff. But as long as I'm treated alright, I'll be fine.
Why? What's wrong with the staff?
What's wrong with the Pembroke staff?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was going to break all my bones before I reached my bed.
I see. Any other smart comments?
The nurses aren't too ugly. Especially that foxy one, Nurse Crane. Pretty brunette, tough attitude, all like that.
Right. What about the hospital itself?
What's wrong with the hospital?
Come on, Dr. Reid. The place is a dump. Smelly, sad, and dirty.
But you're alive thanks to the efforts and dedication of the staff here, aren't you?
What are you expecting, a medal? I thought that saving lives was just part of the job. Must be an unsatisfactory profession at this time, I'm sure.
Well, you're a strange man, that's all I can say to you. How long do you think you can avoid the law?
How long do you think you can escape the law, Clay?
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to bully. I won't get caught.
I think justice will find you eventually. I think you're kidding yourself.
The police may be slow, but they will find you eventually.
Well, how come you didn't turn me in then? Nah, Doc. I figure you have something to hide so you can't ask the coppers for help.
Right. Fine.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
Now, you've been staying over here, haven't you? I wonder if there's anything incriminating. Aha! A crumpled letter. I am tired of you, Clay. What the hell did you do? All the bloody docs are gossiping about how my husband has just got that stupid kid. How many times did I tell you to count to 20 before drawing your blade? How can we expect to do proper business and have people obey if you keep killing everyone who dares cross you? Now, rumour says some blokes from the dead family are looking for you, and one of them even swore to kill you. Don't come home tonight. I've seen strange men patrolling the streets. They may be some commie militia or something like that sent to arrest you. Go to a safe place for a few days. Maybe go to the hospital or Whitechapel. Make yourself useful for once by checking if any business could be settled over there. When the situation is calmer, I'll send a wet boot boy so that you know to come back. Edwina. That'll be his wife then.
You've dodged death so many times.
Oi!
Hey, Doc.
I've got things to ask you. Are you annoyed by your wife's letter?
Am I right to assume your wife's letter pissed you off, Clay?
I was so mad, I threw away the knife she got me when we got married.
Your wife gave you a knife as a wedding present.
That knife has always been my lucky charm. If I'd had it in my hand when I got stabbed on that pier, I'd not have been wounded.
Right, so do you want it back or do you just want to leave it wherever you threw it?
Do you want it back?
I don't need it here, but if you'd be kind enough to bring it to me, I'd be really grateful.
A grateful Clay Cox? I might just find your knife and bring it back to you to see that happen.
I can give you directions, but I'd be surprised if you managed to find it. My hideout isn't meant to be found easily.
Well, that probably means it's a really obvious place. A lucky charm, eh?
A lucky charm? I never would have taken you as the superstitious type.
We all have our flaws, Doc. Mine's to have my weapon of choice for when the really dirty business comes around.
Okie dokie, about your wife.
What can you tell me about your marriage, Clay?
Marriage is the sweetest cage, they say. Well, I found myself locked in one with a wild animal.
You mean your wife keeps you on your toes?
No, I mean, we both have claws and we both love to bite.
Right. Good.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
Aha. Oh, it's in the same direction as where I'm going. That's useful, isn't it? That's useful. Eavesdrop. Press the activate senses button. If a citizen is behaving suspiciously, their heart will emit a distinctive glow. By looking at the citizen, you'll unlock a special interaction. Okay. Look for Dorothy Crane. I can see her there. She's on the boat.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Ooh, that was shady, wasn't it? What are you up to, Dorothy? What are you up to? Alright, I can see that he wants me to go in there, but I'm going to go find this thing for Clay Cox first. Oh, hi. Oh. Lootables! Lootables! I'm going to go find this thing for Mr. Cox first. Bop, 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 bop. You may be a higher level than me, but I kicked your shiny white bottom across the floor. Yes, I did.
This must be Clay Cox's knife. A fine blade. No wonder he wants it back.
Right, I'm going to go give this to Mr. Clay, and then I'm going to go and do that other thing. Follow that man. Clay, I've got your thing that you wanted. I can't go. Oh, yes, I can. Back through. There we go. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Where's he gone? Where's he gone? There he is. Hi. Ugh.
Hey, Doc.
I found it.
I have found a gift from your wife.
In that case, you'll be properly rewarded, Doc. Clay Cox is a man of his word.
I hope that won't make me an accomplice to your future crimes.
Who knows what I might do now I feel invincible again.
That sounded like a threat. I don't do threats.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
You appear to have anemia, sir. It's very, very distinctive scent I'm getting on you there. Ooh, look. Stuff. Oh, what? Give me all the stuffs. Will you stop failing to give me the stuffs? Give me the stuff. I'm gonna go over here. Right. Ooh, I've got all this stuff.
Stuff.
Anemia. Oops. Mr. Clay, sir, I have a treatment for you.
Hey, Doc.
You're lucky to be alive, Mr. Cox. I hope you're starting to take better care of yourself.
This place is full of sickness and decay. How could I get better in such a dump?
Well, I'm going to give you some medicine and that'll shut you up, won't it? Yeah!
Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating all of my patients equally. But don't push your luck.
Don't play the innocent with me. I'm sure you have good reasons to act this way. And also weaknesses that can be exploited.
Oh no, you didn't. You didn't just threaten me. After I gave you medicine. I should have eaten you. Come with me, you nasty little runt. How's this for justice finding you? Never mind me, everyone. I'm just taking this man for a walk. He's feeling weak, and he needs a good walk. This way, Mr. Cox. Just go for a nice, gentle stroll, and I'll put my hand on your back and keep you stable. Ha ha ha! Let's see how you cope with this.
I killed, extorted, stole. Now I'll die. Fuck it. I'll live the way I wanted.
You totally deserved that, sir. You totally deserved that. What can I say? I don't take kindly to threats. Oh, stuff. Right, let's see what awaits us down in this pit of wherever we're going. That man went in here. I'm going to find out what's going on with this Dorothy business. Oh, I just heard someone saying they couldn't breathe. Ugh! That was a noise. I'm sure you do. That sounded like it was coming from that way.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
There's things. There's things in here. I don't like things. Oh, bollocks. Oh, no! You stop it. You stop that, monkey. You little monkey. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, what's that? 75. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button. Oh, God. I kill you with my big sticky thing. And my teeth. My teeth as well. Right. Righty then. I like this weapon. This is a weapon of good. Oh, that's coming from over there. Who is that? Who's making that noise? Citizen to save. I should have read that, but I skipped it by accident.
I don't want to die here. I want to see the sky, feel the fresh air.
La la. La la. Ooh. La 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 la. Let's do the dance of life and death. Yes.
I don't want to die here. I want to see the sky, feel the fresh air.
Beat you to death. Right. Stop whining. I've rescued you, look. Don't need to be a whiny whiner anymore.
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reid, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay, I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
All right, Mr. Thatcher, you're safe now. Do you think you can reach the street by yourself?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
Yeah. Citizen rescued. Woo. Right. Oh, hello. Hi, you're right. Well, that put an end to you, didn't it? Oh, new collectible. Concerning the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, I would advise our members to be very wary about these so-called scholars. Yes, indeed, most of them are always affable and respectful whenever they approach us, but it would be quite unwise for a discreet circle like the Ascalon Club to foolishly speak out against our goals, our members, or our traditions. I also would like to remind our fellow members that the Brotherhood itself is ancient enough to have some mysterious traditions. One of them, according to some informants, could be a ritual of the so-called Ban of the Dragon. It seems that in certain conditions, when the Brothers of St. Paul find a violent or bloodthirsty immortal, they call upon him this ban. What is it exactly? I don't know. Does it really exist? I don't know for sure either. Maybe what I've established as facts, it is that whenever a hostile or vindictive vampire has threatened London, it disappeared without a trace after the Brotherhood pronounced a ban upon him. The loyal Fergal Bansha himself has never been foolish enough to openly provoke the Brotherhood. This is a lesson we must all remember. Never be considered a dragon by the Brotherhood. Good to know, considering I'm working with one of them. Oh, hello. What the fudge?
What sort of creature is this?
Ah! Piss off. No, bad dog.
Yeah. Ow! Oh! Come on, Ed. Give me your blood. Yeah. Didn't like that, did you? Come on, Ed. Ah. Oh. Ah. I missed it. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no. Ow! Yeah!
Here's what's left.
If you are sick and if you have no money, whoever you are, wherever you're from, come and see Dorothy to get help. No tricks, no charges, no questions asked. Just find Darius Petrescu's house and present this coupon. Okay.
Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
I don't know. We better find out what's going on. Ooh, I saw a glowy thing. Oh, money. I like money. Right then. Let's go and find out what's going on in that department then, shall we? Good old Whitechapel Street. Let's go find out what's happening in Whitechapel then. Oh no, not the Guard of Prewood again. Yeah, you can say that again. Yeah. Right. Well, that was pathetic, even for you. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. Oh look, there's more of them.
More and more of these bloody
Shit, that leech is fast!
Nom nom nom. Ow. Yeah. All of the knowledge. Ooh, stuff. I like stuff.
Whitechapel.
Ooh,
This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail.
You hide out.
First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Fuck you all! Fuck it all! Stop it now, Albert, stop it!
Well, that happened. Right then. Hello.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Right. Ooh. What are you up to, sir? What are you up to?
What are you up to?
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
Right.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Right, let's go find him then.
Please, I don't have your money. Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
I'll talk to the people in this area another time. Gonna stick to the...
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Johnathon Reid.
Dr. Reid, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Do you know anything about an underground dispensary?
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
Well, I know a nurse who might be compromised.
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital may be involved with unsavory activities.
Ah, could it be Dorothy Crane?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
Well, he never goes out at all.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Right. So he has no relatives at all?
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
Okie dokie. I'll come back and speak to you more later.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
When the time is right, I will mingle with the citizens of this area. Oh. Yeah. Come on in. Come on in. Ah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
Okay, tell me about her then.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
You are a very strange gentleman. About Darius Petrescu.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Okay then. Again, I will come and talk to you later. I'm on a mission at the moment.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Right, let's go look in this mailbox then. I saw a flashy thing. A small flower bouquet with a voucher for a free medical checkup. My dearest, my most beloved children, I am sorry you have not heard from me for a few months. The situation in London has been difficult. I know it may sound selfish and silly when you, my children, are living in a country consumed by conflict, but there is also a conflict going on here in England. A war against poverty and against injustice. This is a conflict I intend to fight despite my advanced years. This is why I am writing to you today. I won't be coming back to Romania. That probably means I won't see you again before I die. Don't be sad, my darlings. You are grown up now. And you have children of your own. You know the sacrifice that we sometimes must accept to make the world a better place. This is one I must make now. To feel useful one more time. I wish you a long and happy life. Kiss my grandchildren for me, and remember that your father loves you all the way from this cold, damp country. I am, as ever, your loving father, Darius Petrescu.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Let's go have a chat with him then, shall we? Chat.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Afraid? Afraid of what? Right. Sir?
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again. Go away.
Look, let's have a man-to-man talk.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man-to-man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest. Don't mind if I take this stuff, do you? Hello.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
Right then. Is that her real name?
So Dorothy's real name is not Crane?
Like myself and many people in this area. Dorothea is from occupied Romania. That's all you need to know.
She seems important to the community.
More than you can imagine. The West End does not want to hear of Whitechapel's misery. Dorothea is one of the few doing something about it.
Tell me more about... Who's Camilla? I think that came up before I actually spoke to the person that was supposed to activate the hint. Tell me about your political past.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. But I fought for Romania all my life, and I will until my last breath.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
It is not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. But I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
How did you meet Nurse Crane?
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? Why does she trust you?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reid.
Do you have any family left?
Do you have any family left, Mr. Petrescu? Children or grandchildren?
Who knows? I have abandoned my people for so long, they might as well be dead. As dead as I am for them, I suppose.
Well, you're a colourful fellow, aren't you? My father left us too, you know.
Don't be embarrassed, sir. If you must know, my own father disappeared many years ago, and I forgave him.
It's quite awkward to talk about our families like this, but thank you, Dr. Reid. I appreciate your trust.
Probably shouldn't. Are you going to leave England after the war?
This war won't last forever. Did you ever think of returning to your country now it's free?
No. I have taught strength and determination to my sons and daughters. I'm an old, dying man who only has memories of better times to cherish.
All right. Okay then, sir.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Let's go and find Nurse Crane then. I've just thought might be a good time to talk to some of the other people before I go in there, because there might be hints available that I can use as leverage. If there are any hints available that might change the decisions I can make, that will be good.
Joe, please, I don't have your money. Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Hello!
Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I'm Dr. Reid. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
I am looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane. I know where she is, but I want to know if you know anything.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
Why are you blaming people just because they're from another place?
Yes. Those bloody immigrants should know their place, eh? How dare they do a better job than the lazy natives of this land?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Aha! A hint. Right, okay.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
I think I'll just go and see her. At least I know I've got at least one extra hint. Ooh. Stuff. Ooh, money. I like money. Ooh. Ooh, God, I can hear someone yelling. Ooh, shiny thing. My dear Dorothea, when you read this, I will be on the boat that will take Anton and me back to Brasov. England was not for us, and I confess I cannot wait to see again the proud hills of Transylvania. As soon as we are there, I promise I'll light a candle in the Black Church and pray for you to survive this terrible epidemic. I know that you do not agree with this decision and that you are determined to be more useful by helping our comrades exiled in the East End, but Anton cannot wait to return to our beloved country and see our long-awaited revolution bloom. He is my husband. I will stay by his side. I know we had our arguments and our fights. I know you would have wanted me to stand by your side and help you manage this clinic of yours. But now that I am leaving England, be assured that if anything would happen to you, if you ever were in great trouble or danger, I would come back immediately to London with or without Anton. Please think of me as much as I think of you. I am your affectionate sister, Theodora. Oh, another hit.
Razvan, can you hear my voice?
Hello.
I need help.
I'm here.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Okay, is there anything else I should know?
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
I must perform a tracheostomy. I don't know how to pronounce that.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Look, who's the doctor here? Don't question me.
Don't question me, nurse. I need a drain. Now.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see.
I must suture the artery.
I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that. A dose of epinephrine.
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor.
I don't think that worked.
We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Yes, I know. You are true to your reputation, Dr. Reid. Dedicated and precise. No one could have done more.
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the fluid itself, Doctor.
Yes, but I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
Yeah, that's an idea.
I doubt your head, to test my bedside manners. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reid?
I have come to stop the blackmail.
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
Why did you target Lady Ashbury?
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
Wow, you spiteful woman. Why not trust Dr. Swansea? Why not say anything?
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
So you're saying that the end justifies the means. The end never justifies the means.
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty. Nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
Regardless, the blackmail must stop.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
So I've got, I look away but you resign. I'm ending this now. You'll forget all about this. Now you see, charm to forget all about this seems like a good idea, but in practice it might not be. Because that could affect the district. Feeding on her would have the same effect. So I'm going to go with, I look away but you resign from Pembroke.
No. Your place is here. Jailing you would be an even greater crime. So, here is my proposition. I'll look the other way on your little enterprise. In exchange, you will resign from the Pembroke Hospital and provide me with medical supplies when the need arises.
Dr. Reid! That sounds like a business proposition. My accomplice, then?
No, just a privileged client. My research may require the occasional rare piece of equipment or ingredient. I'll pay good coin in exchange, fair and honest, to help finance your noble endeavors.
We have ourselves a deal, Doctor. Good customers are always welcome.
Yes, Nurse Crane. We have a deal.
Well, you won't need to blackmail people if I'm helping finance you, will you? Ugh. What the fudge? Oh, not you lot again.
This one stinks already.
Not you guys again.
Snap it, Lee!
Telling me to snuff it. Ah!
He's done for!
Yeah! Oh god, there's more of them.
Stupid beast!
Who are you calling stupid? Suck on that, Rainbow Foot. Da, 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 da. Let's go and say to Lady Ashbury that things need to be done. But yes, I'll be back to Whitechapel later to talk to people, get into their characters, but right now I want to complete this quest.
Yeah.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Oh, hi. Ow.
Crush the leech, boys!
Oh, stop it.
Die, vermin!
Stop it. Ow. Don't you call me that. Stop it. Stop it.
Burn it, boys! Die, vermin! Burn, vermin!
Yeah, how about no? No, no, no. No, no, no. Yeah.
Die, vermin! Doesn't like fire. Die, vermin!
Stop calling me vermin. Yeah. Okay, so I ran out of stamina quite a few times. So I think we need to deal with that situation. Let's see what we could do with our weapon. More stun. Okay. Oh, Lady Ashbury!
This is no time for self.
She's in the bin. Oh no! I caught you in the act, I did!
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reid. I like a man who speaks his mind.
Do you? Well, compassion only hides your appetite, doesn't it?
Hiding your true appetites behind a facade of compassion. Bravo. Very clever indeed.
Spare me your sarcasm, Johnathon. You are but newly born in this world.
What's that got to do with it? So the accusation was true.
So in the end, the accusation was true, wasn't it?
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
I must confess I have not put an end to the blackmail, my lady. Unfortunately, I could not bring myself to do it.
I'm so disappointed in you, Johnathon. I didn't expect this from you.
Lady Ashbury, you yourself admitted how ridiculous the sum of money was. I can assure you, it was all used for charitable ends.
Well, you are full of surprises, aren't you, Johnathon? All right, say I trust you, but you will still pay the ransom. That is only fair. After all, it was you who failed to bring this problem to a satisfactory conclusion.
I believe I could agree to that.
And since a lady always keeps her promises, I will now answer any questions you may have.
Okay then. About me. Why was I left for dead?
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
Could it be a mistake?
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake?
I very much doubt it, Johnathon. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
How are they created then? I assume it's an exchange of blood.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Johnathon.
Yeah, I thought so. I keep hearing this weird voice in my head. I thought you might know something about that.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
Why?
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
I'm not going to ask that, because obviously no. So, I'm wondering if that's the right word.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
And that's what you are too, is it?
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
Right, okay. So an Ekon is a vampire.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
Yeah, so different bloodlines. Right. About you. Why does Swansea allow you to do what you do?
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
Is that so? Do you know of his brotherhood?
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London vampire society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
So no one suspected you?
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Johnathon. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
Why did you save me?
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
What exactly is a skull?
What type of vampire is a skull?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
Right then. How old are you?
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27.
Huh?
I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
Who granted you your eternal youth?
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
This is not all the truth.
Very well. But I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
Maybe not. Who knows? Right. What happened to London?
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Johnathon. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
Well, Spanish flu or something more sinister?
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad?
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
And what is it?
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
Right. How many vampires are there in London?
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Okay, are they friendly?
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club.
Huh.
I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
Yeah. Any idea who attacked me?
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Ah, so there is a purpose, I just don't know what it is right now. Oh, I met some vampire hunters, by the way.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain, more than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
Once glorious?
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
Well, I would stay clear, but they seem to have a habit of getting in my way. Is it a cult?
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society. And like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? Right then.
I bid you farewell. For now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
Yes. That is a thing that must be done.
It's safer here than anywhere else in the East End.
Let's go and do that. Right. There it is.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Right. So, I noticed my stamina ran out a few times. But also my healing wasn't that great when I was trying to heal myself. So, put some into healing. And we're going to put some into stamina. I'm going to improve my shadow attack. Ooh. Cost hasn't changed. The cost hasn't changed, so I don't need to increase my blood pool at the moment. And let's add a ultimate ability to the mix. I think that'll do for now. As of late, the rumours that surround Whitechapel are ripening into facts. In the last 3 months, the police have suspected that the district of hosting what might be the heart of London's medicinal black market. But of course, these suspicions will remain assumptions, for no task force or additional police presence has been sent to Whitechapel. No large stock supplies have been found. nor no crime lords arrested. The masquerade has only been planned as a desperate attempt to conceal the blatant incompetence of the London City's Council Board of Health by giving the populace a cheap and easy victory while the epidemic spreads more and more each day. Worst of all, when you take the time to review the most recent statistics, you discover that the district of Whitechapel is coping with the disease much better than other parts of the city. Is it a miracle? Evidence of the activity of an illegal but efficient medical underground? More proof as the authorities evidence of the activity of an illegal but efficient medical underground. More proof of the authorities' criminal incompetence. All I know is this: if a Londoner has a better chance to survive the epidemic by choosing to live in this godforsaken borough, I am ready to move to any cheap, flea-infested flat some shady landlord will agree to rent me right now. Okay. I guess I made the right choice then. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this episode. This has gone on a rather long time, but, you know, we had to complete the quest and, you know, hopefully everyone's getting into it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, then hit the like button so that I know you did. And if you didn't, then don't, because that would be really silly. And as always, I will see you next time. Farewell.